272 people on board this flight. 271 people die. One guy in seat 11 Alpha survives. The only anomaly about this seat is that it is a window seat, even though it's in the front of the plane, but there's an air conditioning unit that sits out inside of it. Having gone down the AI Grok chat GPT asking what is the safest seat in the flight, and then it breaks down, okay, you're talking about fires on the flights, waterborne crashes, or belly down crashes or nose in crashes. So I had to specify in my query search. Yeah, I went down the rabbit trail hard on this thing.
Because didn't somebody else survive too sitting in
It's happened a whole bunch of times.
Well, that seat's gonna be so expensive.
It's not just the 11 Alpha. It's so statistically, the best place to be seated is 3/4 the way back in a middle seat.
Oh, interesting.
Unless you're crashing in water, and then it's how close you are to the exit.
So you can get out right away.
There's more exits towards the front of the plane. So first class has a higher chance of survival in water or fire. But in crashes where they're slamming into buildings, the dude's pretty much untouched.
And everybody else died.
Everybody died. His brother died. There's a really horrible picture of this family. Right. It was their first and they, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. What was that M. Night Shyamalan movie with Bruce Willis?
Sixth Sense?
Unbreakable?
The Unbreakable.
That's way off.
Yeah. Sixth Sense is also a good movie.
Yeah, but still had nothing to do with it.
And he survived this car wreck, and there's like this superhuman, like on the spectrum of humanity, right? We have marathoners and power wrestlers. We have the Brian Shaws and the Brian Callens. We have the Brendan Schaubs and the John Joneses. And then we have Brock Lesnar's daughter. Yeah. You know, like humans are just so are these like superheroes that are these, not mutants, but such a unique adaptation, a mutation of being human, that they can do these extraordinary things. It's like, we can't explain why this person survived.
But the only thing is you could explain it because it's that seat. If there's been other people that in crashes.
It's not it's not a number thing. It's not like there's an 11 Alpha.
Location?
The location statistically doesn't support the middle seat 3/4 the way back that has the highest survivability. But even ChatGPT and Grok went back and forth, and I was like copying, pasting from each of them and making them argue with each other. And both of them were like, well, under this circumstance, in this instance, in this example, in this, and they couldn't even figure out
variables.
And I said, in given every data available about aircraft crashes, where is the safest seat on a plane? And it couldn't do it. I know everybody's.
I wonder if this is just like a once in a lifetime situation where he just somehow got fortunate. Something zigged when it should have zagged, and it protected him.
It's so wild that it's over 200, almost 300 people, and only one person survives.
Yeah, look at him,
fairly decent. Like
he's all but fine.
Yeah. I think he has survivor's remorse.
And this is the only thing I saw.
Survivor guilt, man.
Yeah. That's something that's something that's absolutely real too.
It's the
survivor's guilt. But yeah, so this is like a Thai singer. Apparently, he had the same seat back like 20 something years ago. Survived it, and then as soon as he saw this, he's like, "What the heck? Same seat."
It's like that movie, Final Destination.
But I could have sworn I heard other people as well saying that.
See, confirmation bias is a really dangerous thing where we see this outlier, this anomaly about this one number. But if you're intentionally looking for the reoccurrence of that 11A and other things, that's not like a healthy data cross section of what's that is us looking for data that supports it, right? Like
there's a term for it too, right? There's
confirmation bias.
No, but there's like a woman's name that has that.
Karen. No, like it's the Karen anomaly. Like, are all Karens bitches?
Yes. I've actually, I don't know if I know any Karens.
Yeah, but what happens is like we've met a couple of Karens, and then we always look for examples.
All bad, yeah.
But then we also look like oh, that's a Karen. Let me look for that girl to do something mean. Yep. Of course she's a Karen.
Yep.
You know, like no, of course they're not.
Yeah.
You know, like are all Chad sluts? You know, no. Like,
but stereotypes exist for a reason. Yeah. Like you said before. Yeah.
So there's this on the law enforcement side where if I am looking for evidence to support this thing or this idea I have about why or how this crime went down, that's not real investigative work.
Correct.
right? I have to take all the information
Yeah.
and then that becomes evidence.
Which has to be tough to do, man.
Very difficult compared to like this. I'm assuming this thing happened and now I'm going to go and ask specific questions that support.
Yeah, like my father-in-law was a CHP for 30 years.
God
And
bless
he'd
him.
pull over a certain kind of car, and he was like, I don't make the statistics. I was 83% more likely to get in a gunfight if I pulled this type of car over. So when I pull that over, I'm on edge.
Yeah.
So it's just the stats, because you're like, man, my chance to go up 80% to get my gun out. He's like, so we're on edge if we pulled over that type of car. He's like, just what it is.
Yeah. And the human brain, we have been conditioned to look for things out of place.
Yep.
We want order. This is one of the greatest things about the military is we make everything uniform. The uniform looks a specific way so I can see things that look out of place.
Yeah.
I make all the soldiers make their beds a certain way. They have to wear their uniform 670-1, like the rules and regulations about appearance, like how their hair is cut, what colors they can use for on women's side for fingernail.
Yeah.
So like, I can see when something looks off. The human condition is
That's why they do it.
is predisposed to see these kind of outside of the bell curve abnormalities. And it's for self-preservation. It's our adaptation
That
of like,
makes sense.
we're cruising through the woods.
That doesn't look right.
That doesn't look right.
Yep.
That doesn't smell right.
Yep.
That didn't sound right. You're like, yeah, that's hardwired in our genetics for us to survive. But then there's things like this where some dude,
How often does he go to church? That could help, Maybe he's closer to heaven than we think,
or everybody on that plane, or somebody on that plane had the cure for cancer, or have you gone down this rabbit hole? Mm-mm. How many times a scientist or an engineer around two specific things, curing cancer and renewable energy, how many times somebody has said that they have one of those two things and then the plane crashes around those two statements?
Yikes. Are you a big conspiracy guy?
Oh yeah. But I'm batting 1,000.
But are you?
So take that word away. First of all, that phrase was designed by the CIA.
Correct.
So,
And how many times has conspiracy been in the news?
I'm batting 1,000 right now.
Are you?
I mean, like COVID, 100%. Like I call it everything. The vaccine, been right about everything.
But how far do you go with it? Like flat Earth?
No.
No. September 11th?
Yeah.
No. Captain America tells me.
I did not say that like 9/11 is conspiracy theory. I think
There's some fishy things.
just like the Trump assassination, was the government complicit? Absolutely. Were they intentionally negligent? Absolutely. Were there Secret Service agents that were like taking a guy and placing him on a roof with a clear line of sight? No.
But they turned a blind eye to it, and they were privy to that.
And if there's enough of those things that have happened, like the fires in Hawaii, the fires in Los Angeles, it just took enough negligence. And as a business owner, if I am that negligent, I am liable for being. It's as if I was complicit.
Yeah.
Like you can sue me for me being so bad at a thing.
Yep.
Well, you can't do that with the government, unfortunately. But when you look at the government's level of negligence, that line has moved into them being complicit.
And regarding September 11th, and I don't want to get you in any trouble, but regarding September 11th, with their negligence, the point would be just to start a war? And get Americans on their side? Like that would do it. Like,
Yeah.
They did what? And then every American's like, go get them.
I mean, we're knocking on it right now. Like if a false flag operation happens on American soil right now, and somebody is named that these Iranian radicals came and did this attack,
America's going to back.
America's like, go to war to Iran,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Like
It gets them on their
is
side.
Israel not incentivized to facilitate some radicals doing a terrorist attack on American soil? Is the military industrial complex, the American military industrial complex, are they not incentivized to facilitate?
You're scaring me, man.
I mean,
I know.
let's call a spade here.
I know, bud.
If this happens, cowboy, come and protect me.
Yeah, I'm going
because
I'm going to your
they're
house.
coming for me.
That's wild, dude. Sheesh.
Actually, I bet you in the next,
Something's gonna happen.
I mean, they're going to try, and
Why wouldn't they?
yeah.